Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Football Banter. And like you already know, there is no football without banter. On the show today, it's going to be juicy banter, bass, hit me, hit you like you're used to on the show. And I've got the regular guys right here, and we're going to be hitting the ground running. Today is the Champions League, first match of the Champions League.
The DD.
The semi-final, the last lap. For
DD.
Inter and Barcelona, who's making it past this phase to the final?
I beg, I'm touch the guy.
Why
had the beat plenty so
every 5 minutes like this?
Why had the beat
Football Banter.
Now every 5 minutes interval. I don't like this.
Don't go get BP.
If I dey like this, say I get babe now. She go to say I dey think of her now woman. She not gonna say na interval can
Because today na the D-Day, you see where you don't white.
I'm telling you,
He's lamenting.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, the fear.
But there's nothing to be scared.
Football now.
There's nothing to be scared about. Whichever way, Barca has had a successful run this season, and so there's absolutely nothing to be scared about. The match can go either way. Inter Milan is good for the trophy. Barcelona is good for the trophy. But at the end of the day, there has to be a winner, and for whichever side you belong, it's not going to be fun. So, and there's one standout player, But before we even talk about the standard player in the Barcelona team, who's tormenting defense and doing exceptional things at 17, let's talk about who will take the day. Coach, Inter Barca, today.
Start with Barcelona.
No, definitely. It's
No, he's
Barcelona
going to always think about, even if his heart tells him.
Barcelona,
even if we lost 5-0 in first leg, I will still say Barca. You understand?
It's good. So you sync with your team.
Yes, no.
Oh God. Well, to me, I just feel like Inter is playing home, and they already have an advantage. I mean, the first leg was played in Camp Nou, and they drew it.
In Twink. We don't get home.
And still na home now.
Okay.
They say home now anywhere you find yourself, Abi.
I just a little bit far from home.
No, I say home now anywhere you find yourself.
Yeah.
So forget about that. They tell us that stories and say home. So Inter will be playing home, and Barcelona had their chances. Yeah, but like I always say, football is round. This object is very round. That you know when they come your way, you know where they leave you. So that the only thing is where if you talk say go leave you, if you talk say you go leave, you can't leave it now. He go leave you. So let's see how Inter manages their advantage, their home advantage. That's all I can say.
Yeah, because I think they will be the ones under pressure. But for Barca right now, it's give it all you've got. Let's see where it takes us. Whatever happens, it happens. And I think that's the best way to approach the game. Wheezy.
I think everybody should be under pressure.
For sure.
Barca and Inter Milan, because obviously they want to qualify for the next phase. That's the finals. But Inter is going with an advantage. At least they were not able to concede more goals away from home. So now they are going to their home. They are expected to do something spectacular because of the home advantage. So for the two teams, I feel there's a lot of pressure coming from the Barca side and also the Inter side.
Yeah, I think the first leg was 3-3, right?
It's 3-3. Just 3-3.
Now between Barca and Inter, looking at their season, who wants it more? Like, who do you think if they don't win today's match would really feel like it will be a disaster for their season?
Yeah, Barcelona definitely.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Barcelona.
No.
I don't think so.
Why?
Barcelona has won 2 trophies this season already.
Let me come in.
So what are you saying?
Let me come in.
Okay,
Let me come
go
in.
ahead.
Inter is no more topping the Italian Serie A. So Napoli is ahead of them.
Yeah.
And they lost some series of games. I think psychologically it was because they are aiming for the Champions League. If I'm thinking now in their minds, it's not like I'm thinking in their minds that I think those losses came as a result of their preparation to affront Barcelona. You understand? So, and if it should end now that Barcelona and if Barcelona ends up carrying the day, qualifying for the finals, Inter will face it. And with their coach that has been so good, what was that his name again? Inzaghi. That has been so good. The guy is going to find it very difficult to accept it. But he should also understand that's football. So, Ebuka, are you telling us here that that Barcelona will fight? No. Barcelona is even sitting on a roller coaster. They are good. 2
trophies this season.
You already won 2 trophies.
Almost.
And they are number 1 in their league.
You know, they are only league.
But
won the Copa del Rey.
Our goal for the season.
Forget about your goal.
Let me just tell you.
He didn't tell us about your goal of the season.
Every season. No.
You didn't tell us. You were saying no. Let me come. You were saying that you have young boys. You were saying that you have no young boys.
You understand?
That is the taste of the pudding is in the eating. Now you are eating well.
But
you are smiling.
Now you don't have a goal.
Now you have a goal. You are setting goals. Set the goal. Let's hear the goals.
Every season in Barcelona. Every season in Barcelona, even if we don't achieve it, the objective of every season, yes, is to win every competition they are playing. That is Barcelona. Win at least the treble. That is the 3 main trophies of the season. I'm not counting the Super Cup, Spanish Cup.
Where Madrid did.
No, that is the goal. It's not every year that we achieve it. You understand? And in our history, we have achieved it twice. You understand? It's the goal. So
Ebuka, we are not.
That is just the goal. It's just that later on the season have the way to play out.
See,
so
this is arrogance. This is arrogance.
Let me tell this guy something. Let me tell you something.
No, that is what.
No. Hold on.
That is what.
Ebuka, hold on. Let me remind you something. Let me remind you something.
Coach.
February, February, I think early February.
Yeah.
Those goals were not there. Ebuka,
no.
Listen,
you said that chat today. I see the way your voice message. I go play for you when everything done.
The setting is an internal setting of the club.
Okay,
that's the club as general. You understand? And like every other club, at the beginning of the league, we want to win everything. You understand? We aim to winning everything. But Ebuka, remember you said it here that you're having young boys. Am I lying?
I said we have young boys.
No, you said
which was true now.
You said, hold on. You said, coach, when Mbappe when he come, Vinicius, we have only young boys.
And I said we'll win you, right?
Nah, you didn't. That February no talk come. Now when
since the beginning of the season,
make I tell you, since
the beginning of the season,
Madrid led the league with 6 points. Madrid was led, I think, with 8 points. With 8 points.
Yeah.
Because that's when we had that chat here.
The chat is here in our WhatsApp.
You talk say. Una get a young boys them. You understand?
Yeah.
And this is not coach. Is their name?
Hansi Flick.
Yeah. He say.
I said he's trying.
Even me, I go back go talk say. But next year that on a team go sharp.
And you said that you now coach. Listen.
Next year on a team go sharp. But football day round. Now, you don't come be around now. Coach, you don't tell us say it be na go.
As I mentioned that I have young boys, does that now mean that we can't win the treble?
No, but that's what you said.
Hold on. Wizzy.
I don't want to talk anything.
There was a time Ebuka was saying, if I ask Ebuka about how far you na Champions League, he go say, Kai.
I was not ahead now.
You even give Arsenal the more advantage to win the Champions League. But now
we're just playing is cool. You know, we're just playing is cool.
It's a lie. It's arrogant. And just like coach will say, the taste of the pudding is in the eating.
But it's a normal thing. Everybody that knows Barcelona knows that we like going for the treble.
Coming from where the wine was saying about the fact that who wants it more or who feel disappointed when it doesn't get the trophy. I feel Inter Milan will feel disappointed because Barca has won two trophies this season. And they are topping their league.
What are you saying?
They are in the Champions League semi-final. So even if they don't win it, it's a very successful season for them.
Absolutely.
Right. But for Inter, remember, Napoli, like coach said, Napoli is topping their league. And you know this man, Conte, when he goes to a league, his first season, he wants to prove. So you should see the competition there. So I feel Inter want to get this Champions League. Yeah. If anything we make we Inter final or more, is they are going for the trophy. So for me, I think
I just feel anybody that wins this game is going to win the Champions League.
No. I differ with you on that. See,
So,
Make
coach, what do you mean?
I tell you, yeah. If you look Arsenal PSG, it's a tough game. Arsenal PSG was even much more tougher,
Of course.
than
Because there was no
Barcelona.
the goals were not.
Barcelona Inter.
The game was difficult.
You understand? But make a land. It can go either way.
Either way, yeah.
Yeah, it can go either way. But like I always say, the team that wants it more this season,
Exactly.
that has given everything.
And just to point out, still on what we're talking about, you could see that with Inter, they are at a verge. This is their only hope of a trophy this season. Barca has had the same thing with Arsenal. This is their only hope of a trophy this season. PSG already
They won the league and even the cup finals of
these two teams should want it more. And if they don't get it, it's going to be disastrous for the two of them. It's going to be very bad.
Yeah.
Given the amount of work they've put in.
True.
All right.
Ebuka, you can go and sleep. Yeah, you can go and sleep. You can sleep because you
You don't have a problem. I don't know why you have to speak. What do you want?
I want to
just
Champions League. No, it's been a while since Barcelona lifted the Champions League.
You understand?
I want to see my team.
Your being zone done. Your being zone done.
I just want to see my team with the Champions League.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's today now when Inter go give you the free passes,
they will go again.
But Inter one no, it's gonna be hard to. But Barcelona has the upfront power.
Yeah, they have the
upfront power, and Lamine Yamal doing the thing, and then their captain too. You know,
but don't doubt Inter. See what they did in the first leg.
Inter. The point with Inter that match was that Lautaro
was not very fit. Yeah,
he was just coming from injury.
Is he going to play the net?
He's back.
And he was playing with injury.
The way you saw him play, imagine that he was fit. That he was ready for the match.
Because at one point in the game,
but you guys should look at this. Even without Lautaro, I feel that Barcelona game, Barcelona versus Inter Milan, was the best match that Inter Milan have played this season. That was the best performance I've given this season. Forget that it ended in a draw. That's if their fans will tell you that this is the best game that their team have played without their star man Lautaro, and that's to tell you how good their team is. So they were able to play their best game that they have played this season against Barcelona without Lautaro.
Okay, so after Inter today, Arsenal PSG is playing tomorrow. So let's the same thing, Arsenal PSG. Now Thomas Partey is back in the side, so. Let's see what the difference would be against PSG.
Are you trying to tell us that because there'll be party, so Rice will be there?
No, of course, Rice will not be able to cook.
Rice
will not be able to cook. Because Rice could not cook in the last first leg because there was no party. Wow. Rice, wait.
They go together
Rice
now.
could not cook because there was no party.
Yes, now.
So now that there will be a party, Rice is going to cook.
That's why. And there's always going to be.
There's no party without Rice. There's no Rice without party.
And there's always going to be a Dembele to kick the pot of the rice.
Dembele is not fit. I'm never sure it's good to start. They said it's going to be available.
If Dembele,
we're not sure it's good to start.
If Dembele doesn't kick that pot,
given the kind of history that Dembele already has with injuries, I'm not sure Enrique will be willing to risk him because they also have other players that they can play.
Let me say, so, you understand where the game day now. Let me say, I said now wait till Ateta go don't prepare now. When he go reach the lineup go change. another criminal go enter inside the game now. It go cause havoc again.
Mind you,
because let me tell you the way these people prepare their games. You know how they play their games. Everywhere they play they go play Champions League game. If we happen to get the video of the club, we watch it, we monitor. The key player. When we get to the lineup, like when we get there, this guy, okay, this guy, okay. We now the format to which you can actually tackle them. So now, once they change the squad, you understand?
It becomes another one.
Oh God, it becomes another serious thing. You understand? You know their movement. This guy moves more on the left. You understand? And then breaks to the right. This one he does this. This one does this. Partey loves releasing the ball on time. You understand? So for you to hold Partey, you need to be closer to him. So each time the ball comes, before he makes a trap orientation, boom, you already block it. So once they put a different person there, you don't know how that person operates. You need to, and that's where the difficulties begins to come. So like I would say, it's a game of football. It's round. Anything can go that way.
True, anything can happen. But it's going to be But, Coach, who do you think is going to be under pressure for that match? Between
Both teams. Let me tell you one. Arsenal has the pressure of conceding at home, and with the issue of we don't want to go trophyless this season because I think what I saw on news, I read the mindset of the players. I saw the groupment of their training, and they don't want to go trophyless this season. That already is, a pressure. And then now, on the other hand, again, PSG, we just won Arsenal at home, and this is a year. Because Mbappe is no longer among us. You understand? So can we make this thing to prove that, you understand, to prove a point that Mbappe
was the problem.
We're playing for Mbappe and he wasn't yielding. And now again for our president, Nasser Khalifa, can we do this thing for him? And because I'm sure promises will be made. Tonight, promises will be made for the match tomorrow. You understand? Perhaps they'll tell them each player will have a Bugatti Veyron or will have a Ferrari, whatever. Or have an Aston Martin.
I don't think any Arsenal player. I don't think there's any promise that will be made to any Arsenal player because Kroenke is in the United States. He doesn't care.
No, I'm talking about PSG. I'm talking about PSG.
Yeah, I know.
I'm talking about Arab money, the Saudi money. He can. You understand? So he can make because throughout his entire life is to win the Champions League. He made all those equipment,
investments,
all those
Neymar,
top players. They were coming
Mbappe.
because he won the He want to win the Champions League. So I think the right time is now getting into the semi-finals and then facing, a hard rock like Arsenal, and then winning Arsenal at home, coming back to their home. They'll be under pressure because definitely pressure plays the game. No pressure, no game.
Yeah.
Because pressure enables you to see well. You understand? But now, there's a question of how to control the adrenaline. No, let me come in. That's what I'm explaining. Pressure enables you to see well, but adrenaline blinds you. You understand? There's a difference between because what I'm talking about, pressure and adrenaline. One is positive, one is negative. When you don't use it well, it becomes negative. When you use it well, it becomes positive.
Okay.
So you can't. There's no way you play football without having pressure. The fact that you are thinking of victory is already pressure.
True.
That's it. And the fact that you're thinking of what if the defeat part of it. It's already pressure.
True, you're correct.
But to me, I feel the win at home, the win away at Arsenal is not enough for PSG. Yeah, and I feel that Arsenal have been able to contain PSG with their defense, even with the fact that they came out a lot at home. And this game, to be honest, I see it going Arsenal's way. I feel Arsenal will be able to absorb any pressure or any attack PSG is going to throw at them today. And it's going to take a moment of set-piece brilliance for Arsenal to turn things around for them. And once things have been turned around, Arsenal are going to take this game. I just feel that Arsenal are going to win this game 2-0, clean. 2-0, clean.
Ebuka.
Prediction. Is this prediction?
For me,
it's right.
Arsenal has to be very clinical because Partey is back and there's something he adds to the team. Bam. But PSG. This is the season, like Coach said. This is the season they need this Champions League more. They've been winning the French League 1 now. They've been doing that every season. So this is their, I think for me, I feel this is their main goal to win the Champions League. But everybody, they thought, say, Partey don't come back. Una go cook rice, una go party. No forget, Seba. No forget, Dembele day. And when they cook that rice, Dembele go kick the pot. He no go kick the pot, but he go gather all the PSG. They go eat the party rice. Then put them for bele food. You understand? They go con Dembele.
You go dey Dembele. The rice go dey
Dembele. They both team have a very young squad, right? And it's if you go through that team, I think personally the PSG team has more experience when it comes to
the Champions
exposure and the Champions League. Dembele is there, and there are some other guys that are there. So I think that will also count going forward into that semi-final. But I just want Arsenal just be clinical. Just see, don't go with the mentality that anything won't happen. No, go there and win and cause havoc. Because if you are going with that mentality, now the same story will go here. So I'm giving PSG. I'm giving PSG. PSG are going to win.
Before we proceed, I want to bring one statistics on the table here so that we actually look at it. One analysis. Look at the weekend games played in their domestic league. PSG lost 2-1 against
Strasbourg.
Yeah.
Arsenal lost 2-1
against
Bournemouth.
You understand? And it goes to show something. It means this game is going to be a draw. Sorry, Ebuka, you make your prediction 2-0. But to me, I feel like the game is going to be a draw. Because this is the most tight Champions League game we've ever seen. And if you go in the first leg, you saw PSG, Barcelona had a draw against Inter 3-3. Why it separated this way, one goal advantage to PSG.
It was an away win.
So this now the table we can actually turn the
switch.
table.
Then an away win for Barca and a draw.
No, not an away win for Barca.
But coach, coach.
Either or.
But coach, you know if
Barca will win.
No, see,
Barca will win.
I'm not saying Barca cannot win. I'm saying that this time around, if we turn the table around, you understand? We turn the table around. Now between PSG, between
PSG and Arsenal.
Inter and Barca, there's going to be a victor there. One person must win. Right. I mean, in the pitch, not through penalty shootout. I mean, in the pitch, one person is going to win to carry the day. Why Arsenal PSG it can be a 0 tie or a 1-1 tie.
But if it's a tie, right? PSG
qualified.
That's it. I'm just talking about the game. I'm not talking about who says true.
Well, the match is it can go either way. It can go either way. Yeah, but I believe Arsenal can pull it through.
Yeah,
it can go either way, but I believe Arsenal can. We can just dig in and make it to the final. So nothing is impossible. With that, we come to the end of today's banter show. Let us know what you think. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Okay, so please do subscribe. As a matter of fact, a little birdie told me that a lot of you have not been subscribing, and it's showing in, it's not allowing this show get to as many people who would like to, join in the banter, right? There's some little bits of banter that's healthy. So please do a good job. Subscribe, share, like, and leave a comment. And you also stand to be a part of us here in the studio when you do so. Until then, guys, see you on the next episode, and ciao, ciao.
Football Banter.